Well, I'll be damned. Any of you guys see this coming? I sure as hell didn't. An episode of My Hero Academia where the sole MVPs were Denki and Yuga. Two characters who have done almost nothing in this series are actually getting spotlight, and they're finally fucking doing something. We'll talk about that when we get to it. For now, let's just go to the beginning, which starts here. Someone who I thought I knew, based off of first impressions, how he met Midoriya and the gang, struck me as a Rock Lee. You know, humble guy, nice, someone with all this potential that's not yet shown, someone you should clearly not underestimate or you're gonna get fucked. And when he was in this balls challenge thing, and he fucking caused tons of environmental damage by changing the landscape with his mere fucking fingertips, to me that solidified his character. He's just someone with tons of power and loads of respect. And yeah, what a great guy. Okay. I guess the hell with everything I thought I knew. He's not Rock Lee at all. He's more like Gaara, if anything. As the episode unfolded, Shindo was talking about a plan, but while he was talking about one, you see a different side of him. You see this fucking face. He looks like he frosts his flakes with cocaine. He looks like he has a bag of roofies on him, or committed kidnappings before full time. You get my point. He's fucking crazy. I think they all are, actually. This school must have been like the fucking... The bottom of the barracks, man. The low GPA of schools. Like alright, you don't got nowhere, no one accepted you. Okay, your 1.9 average is fine. Get your ass in here. You know, it must have been one of those types of schools, because everybody's fucking crazy on this school. You know, this guy, fucking nuts. This guy, fucking nuts now. And don't even get me started. Anyways, moving on. Kachan unleashes pure hell on Saiji Shishikura? I'm just going to call him the Italian chef. This guy literally has the power to deform your entire being into this poorly microwaved Hot Pocket looking structure. And, yeah. But it has a flaw. It has a weakness. The more damage he receives, the more you form back to your original state. Which means in a one-on-one, this guy is, you know, essentially OP. He gets you once and you're rendered helpless. The trolliest part about this is this guy's using his very quirk to hold people back from passing and not passing himself. He doesn't give a fuck about the contest or challenges. He just likes to fucking troll. And, you know, he's clearly succeeded. Look at the people around him. Look at all the Hot Pockets that are leaning towards him that are just microwaved the wrong way. However, Saiji, he picked the wrong fucking guy to try to troll. I'll just say that. Oh, and by the way, that wrong guy is not Kachan. After 3+ seasons of pussyhood, Denki is finally unleashed. And boy does his peak of power blossom when we finally see what his new dual disc is all about. Go get him, Pikachu. Given Denki's new technology and new style of offense, he was able to quickly damage Saiji, triggering the negative cons of his quirk, hence reversing the effects of the quirk. And from that point forward, it was pure butthole thrusting. I guess this is a message to those who put their hands in the wrong places. A couple more UA students run into Todoroki in the waiting room, who's just been there bored for like the longest time. While across the room, you got that crazy bastard Maelstrom who's just been glare fucking this poor boy for like 2 episodes now. I think it's paved in stone already that these two are gonna clash. When and where, not a clue, but we'll get into that later. We fast forward to Midoriya, Urahara, and Tape Man overcoming their obstacle and winning the Balls Tag Challenge, becoming one of the last few spots, or I believe like the latest, around like the last 10 maybe or so? I forgot the exact number, but yeah. So they made it in, no surprise there. Well, Tape Man maybe, but Urahara and Midoriya, not at all. So, you better be in there, I swear to God. Down to the last 10 slots, it comes down to the wire with a few UA students still remaining in the challenge. Now, I didn't get too much of a shit about a good amount, but my man Tokiyami is still in there, and that's a big fucking problem if he is not going up in this challenge. He's one of my favorites. And after learning that sick fucking technique where he wears the shadow, why the hell wouldn't I be pissed if he got eliminated right now? I want to see him fight somebody with that thing. Like always, Lita's running around like an idiot. Which, to be honest with you, quite frankly, I don't know how the hell he's not number 1 to finish this competition. I mean, like, it's not like you have to go up to someone and KO anybody. It's a game of tag. You run over to them, you tag them with the ball, and then you go to the waiting room. Now, why wouldn't a guy who has nitrous fucking installed into his calf muscles not be able to pull this off? Well, whatever. On his daily jog, he comes across your second MVP. Yuga, aka HBO on demand. And I'll tell you this was definitely his shining moment. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he had one before, but that was barely a shining moment. He was, if anything, he was an ace in the hole in that episode where he helped prevent my man Tokoyami from getting kidnapped. He still didn't do the objective and, save Kachan, but he played a part. He had a moment at that precise instance, but wasn't a shining moment involving the character itself. It was just a moment where he was of use. This involves major character development. This is, a little bit of Yuga that we got to understand about how he's a little insecure, he's unusual, there's something about him that makes him stick out amongst the others. And the way he was depicting it, it was a negative, it was a con of his, that he, there was something about him that never made him equal amongst the rest. And there's this feeling of inferiority that he has where he feels he's, I wouldn't say not of use, but not worth standing on a similar scale to the others. And you got a glimpse of that because he sacrificed his future to be a hero for the others' sake of becoming a hero. Which a quick rebuttal from the rest of the class proved him wrong, that he's not inferior to anybody. He's on the same plateau. He's just as equal as everybody else is, because they're all friends, they're all here together, and they're all riding the same wave to become a hero. And they're going to all do it as a team. And that was the reality check that he needed. And this was overall just a giant piece of character development on his behalf. And the quick little cherry on top that Lita took the honor of placing on top of the "fuck you, you're wrong" Sunday was that without that little stunt you just pulled, ejaculating into the sky like that, we would all not have succeeded today. Right now, this moment, you're the reason you led us to victory. That's what Lita was telling him. You sticking out, if anything, my opinion, doesn't make you inferior nor any less important. In fact, I think it's quite the opposite. Me being a Gemini and everything, I understand that feeling. And at the end of the day, you guys understand, fuck anybody else who has a fucking opinion about him. I like how even though this is a clash of schools, the writer is still focusing on the character development, on each individual character. He doesn't let a moment pass by where he could show us more on his characters and what they went through in life. And in a position like this, if I was him, I would just have characters kick the shit out of each other. This is like the fun part of drawing, I feel like. It's just action sequences and make your characters look all flashy and cool. This is what I would be doing. But he doesn't let the opportunity skip where he can evolve individual characters and show progress in their development. He doesn't let that opportunity pass by. And you got to give him kudos for that. He did it the last episode too. What I kind of wish he did though instead would be focusing on the other school's character development so we could get to know them a little bit more. Because we know our UA characters by now. Like I said, he's done such a good job with it. But maybe give me a little scoop on the past of Shindo, why he's psychotic, why he's got a rapist face on in this episode. Or show me the history of the chick who morphs into things, why she's semi-psychotic too. Show me why all these characters from the other school are fucked up in the head, man. Like, I'm curious about all their stories and why they ended up the way they did with their fucking negative IQs. But again, props and kudos. So thanks to that selfless move of shooting his cock beam into the sky, through the power of teamwork, we got 9 UA students and 1 student, which is that crazy chick, who passed. And that's it. Solid ep. Solid ep. Character development, I definitely give like a 9. I mean, like, Danky didn't get that much character development. We just got a scoop on his offense and more details on how he fights now, which is great. But involving major character development, it definitely would be all on Yuga. Yuga definitely got the main source of it. Danky had spotlight at least, which is very rare. I mean, Yuga had more spotlight up until this episode with Danky. But, Yuga has gotten an equal amount. But Danky finally got something. The only spotlight he's ever had is when he got his ass kicked. Anyways, that's my anime review. I'm not up to date with the manga at all, so I have no idea what's going to happen. But I am to assume that we are going to get one-on-one combat either now or one challenge later from now. maybe top 8 heroes left. They'll wait too for a solid tournament, maybe. Who the hell knows? But yeah, I see a challenge coming because we still got some leftover characters hero-wise that are more side characters than our main. So we'll wait till then. Either ways, like if you like, dislike if you have no thumbs, and yeah.